Hi, guys, and welcome to your January 2020. This is going to be the What Aren't They Telling You for the beautiful sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So, wherever you have Cancer in your chart and those personal planets, this will apply to you. This is what your partner is feeling, what they may not be saying to you, obviously, what they're not telling you, what they're feeling, and what actions they will take towards you in any type of situation. Okay. We uncover all of that, so let's go ahead and get started. If you are new here with me, hello, hello. If you are returning, welcome back. And if you are subscribed to the tribe, and hello, fam bams, what is good? Hope that this message finds you well and in good spirits. Cancers, I want to take a little bit of time to talk to you guys about this lunar eclipse energy, the new moon solar eclipse. Jesus. Also, and I want to talk to you about my interpretation of Chinese New Year and just me as a Cancer sun, if I may, just have a couple minutes of your time. So before I get into that explanation, I want to say I hope, again, that this message finds you well and in good spirits. And the reason why I want to say that is because we're on the heels of coming out of a lunar eclipse. Full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer, and honestly, as much as I push moon energy and how you should hone in on all of that beautiful energy, especially because eclipse energy kind of lasts for 6 months. So whatever it is that you're dealing with that is hitting you and with Cancers is hitting you guys in relationships, it's going to be going on for the next 6 months. And it's going to be going on in the next 6 months because North Node and South Node will be changing, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be going into the next set of zodiac signs in June. I believe June 14th. So we have this final 6 months to really figure out what we're going to do. So Cancer Capricorn is being affected if you have Cancer and or Capricorn in a personal planet and or part of fortune or North Node, South Node, or even in your Jupiter. You can definitely be experiencing that. So I wish you guys, like I said, I wish that you are going through some things, but I really hope that you're in good spirits and taking it in stride. How I am handling it is just dealing with it. I am not doing anything in my power. I did not release with yes, I didn't. I made a conscious decision not to do that. So if you guys are my clients and you're a Cancer, or you've been in my moon classes and you are a Cancer, or if you're not, I decided not to do that. If you want to listen to me ramble about that more, check me out on channel 2. I am going to be uploading some content on just how I'm feeling about that. Just an informational video for my collective. Let's get started. Thank you for letting me get through that. So what your partner actually is going through, and it could be some of the things that you are dealing with your partner, is really getting to know one another. Now, this has been coming up in your energy for a while. You could be with somebody and still not know them. When circumstances bring you together, and those circumstances have nothing to do with genuine love. And a lot of the times we really do think that it is. I'm not saying that you don't love your partner. But what I am saying is that sometimes when things bring you together, whether that's circumstantial, whether the relationship got taken to the next level because of some type of addiction, all of these circumstances has really nothing to do with love. And you really don't get to know a person's love nature because you're too busy surviving. You're surviving the things that life is throwing at you. You're surviving, the things that you're dealing with personally, independent of your partner. You're dealing with all this crap. And you may find, I'm sorry for to steady do that, guys. Please bear with me. And you may find that there are certain things that is not being given to you, shared with you, because when you have Cancer in a personal planet, that automatically comes with some connotations, not necessarily good or bad, but I'm just saying that means that it comes with the following: family, it comes with, friends, it comes with people who you hold dear, and you're having to balance that. So I feel that this is a very good card. Your partner and you are dealing with the card of 44. Get to know each other. But not just to get to know one another, as I tried to touch on. Really learn to meet each other's need for love. This is two totally different needs for love right here. And if you see they're having a good time, so there is an opportunity to kind of get to know one another from a love perspective. You see this person, you thought they were attractive, whatever your love story is, however you guys met, that's fantastic. But did you really get to know their love nature? No, because a lot of the times you're so busy surviving, you're dealing with situation after situation. Life is so fast paced, depending on what you do for your career, whether you have kids. There's so many different variables. Do you really, think about it, Cancer, do you really know that person's need for love? And if you do you judge it? So many times, especially with men, they will hold that back because of how it makes them look, how they think they're being perceived. Women get the bad rap. We're sensitive, we're this, we're that, we're crazy. I know some of you Cancers heard that. Don't get me started. But do you really understand where that craziness is coming from? Do you really take the time to get to know the person's need, meet each other's need for love, and you really get to know that person's love nature? Okay, that's what we're going with this. All right, let me stop. So I want to go ahead and talk to you about the numbers and the cards. Some of you guys, 4 means something individually. Some of you guys, the other 4 means something individually. Some of you guys, 444 means something to you. Where I'm coming from is to break this down so we can get to one number, but it all boils back down to the 4. Because if you add that up and then divide it, you can go all the way down to 2. And I think when you do that, you go through the journey of 4 plus 4 is 8. Okay. And then you reduce it all the way back down. And you're going to get left with 1 4. And half of 4 is 2. So when we talk about where you guys are in the 8th stage, action, movement, and changes, to go back down to the 4th stage, which is to reevaluate your stability and your structure. And you may be at a standstill about some things. To go all the way back down and realize that it's all about the 2, which is your partnership and the way you guys are, again, learning to meet each other's need for love. That is what it's all about. The need to feel loved and appreciated can motivate you to act in a relationship, okay? Taking the time to understand each other will help love grow. And that is where you guys could have been at a standstill. The love was there, but it couldn't grow. Growing is necessary. Growth is necessary. Like I tried to explain to you guys in those last videos. In order to get over there, you have to leave from right here. So you can't do that if you're not growing. And the relationship did not grow. Expanding or bettering a connection may seem challenging. Absolutely it is, right? Everyone has positive and negative aspects to their personality. Absolutely. Working to take the good and the bad in stride as you get to know someone will help strengthen a relationship. Now I'm raising my hand, okay? Let's get into this. Your partner and you are going through an extreme transformation with the Death card. Scorpio energy, right off the bat. Okay? If those numbers may mean something to you before I get into this energy, life path information 2, life path 2, life path 4, life path 8. Okay? You let me know in the comments. Death. I'm going to let you know in the 5-card spread the way that I do the main energy. 1, 2, 3. You have 3 major arcana right out the back. Right out the back. So, death. Transformations. Deaths and rebirths. Obviously, this isn't a physical death, but this does talk about how there has been a shedding of old ways, which is good because I do really feel this energy is hitting me in the heart chakra. This particular card has a lot of blues. Let me look. That's throat. and crown. Turquoise blue. Looking at my chakra colors. I do that. I have to, you know. So I feel like I already know that this person has a problem with communication. I know that because there is a Four of Pentacles here and there is some holding back. There are six. That was the six. The Four of Pentacles is here. I know I seen it. Sorry. That's balance, which is good. There we go. So I know that there's some holding back going on. There is a certain need to want to hide. There's a certain need. I feel like there's been some judgment here on how you two are handling things. Again, you have to take the good and the bad. And that's probably a lesson that you guys learned the hard way. Okay, Cancers? But if this person means something to you, this is what needs to happen. So what they're trying to do right now is change their stuff. Now, in order for this to work, you're going to have to meet the person halfway. It doesn't matter whether you see the change, because the change is not for you to necessarily say, hey, I see this change. But it is necessary to show a person some grace if you do start to see some things. It's not about your timeline, is what I'm saying. And right now, what they're trying to do is tap into that sword, that pentacle, that cup, and that sword, so they can change the trajectory of this and rebuild this between you guys. A large part of this magician energy, honestly, is them investing into themselves. I really do feel like they realize that they have some qualities that maybe were not conducive to the success of this relationship, but there are no big eyes and little U's. So if you are coming from a situation where you got comfortable with telling somebody what they wasn't doing all the time, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Let's face it, you can get comfortable in that. And it's this person screws up so much. Just think about it. Be real. The person screws up so much, Cancer, they get, and the more they drop below you, the more it is false, but the more it appears that you rise above. Now this person owes you something because they didn't know how to do something. No, that's not balance. So that energy is leaving. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune in the heart of matter. So in the heart, this person really does want to change in fortune. They really feel like they've lost everything. They are down on their luck. Losing you felt like losing money, losing their prized possession. I don't want to say money, because money, everybody can interpret that different. Losing you, and yes, I'm going to get into that. I do see some separation. Losing you, or the possibility of actually losing you for real, felt as if they lost their fortune. So in the heart of the matter, they really wanted something to change. They feel like some things got out of hand, Cancer. They feel like it was a lot of misunderstandings. It was a lot of judgment, on how a person did something and the timeline that it should have been done, all of that, okay? And then we have what? We have the Six of Swords. So this is a lot of transition and type of energy, transformative and transition. If we see, some of you could have taken a trip. Some of you could have taken a trip to clear your mind. This came out in somebody's energy. I don't remember who it was in the last couple of weeks, but there was a trip to clear your mind. Some of you guys could have been traveling for the holidays, or you went somewhere to celebrate the new year. All of that, okay? So that is what I see here. And then finally we get into the Six of Pentacles. So these two sixes together, look at that. When we're talking about two sixes, there's an apology. There are regrets. There are apologies that need to be said. Where's my heart-to-heart conversation? There's conversations that need to be had. If these conversations have not been had already, they're coming, okay? But we're talking about a balance between action. It's not wands. When I say action, I mean the way in which they invest. I feel like the pentacles in this Six of Pentacles is the way that they invested in this relationship with you versus what their thoughts. A lot, this particular person is in their head a lot. Very, very self-conscious on certain things and how things look. Could have some image issues. Very worried about what people think about them to a certain extent. Peak of the past indicates that there was some type of separation in the Eight of Cups between you guys. And that was a necessary transition that needed to happen with the world. Let's talk about the peak of the past now. While you guys were going through all of that, this world card needed to take place because, I mean, I feel like both of these are for both of these cards. They definitely complement one another, both of these for both of these, right? So we do have healing family issues and past life relationship. Like I told you, we have Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio here. Especially with this Eight of Cups, we have Scorpio, definitely Scorpio energy here with the Death card. We have the Magician, the Wheel of Fortune. We have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and then we have Earth, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. So I feel as if when I told you guys that there was some healing family issues and I told you that you could have been connecting with water, or if you have Cancer in those charts, you're going to have issues or things that come with you. Just like I told you, I told some of you guys, if you were connected with a Sagittarius, then they bring people. You do too, Cancer. Let's face it. You bring a family. You bring existing things from your family. Whether that's taking care of them, whether that is, you know, every Cancer has a story, male or female, something with a family member. It just is what it is. If it's a man, it's typically Big Mama, the grandmother, someone that raised them. If it's a woman, it's typically, you know, something with the sisters. You know, maybe you're the most responsible child. Like, it's something. I mean, Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon is a whole nother beast, but it changes. Is one of the planets that changes the most. You know, every 3 days. So think about that when we're talking about a Cancerian's nature. Up and down. Every 3 days there may be something else. And we are deeply affected by the moon depending on what else drives us in our chart. So you come with that. This person may have Cancer in their chart. Examine where they have Cancer in their chart. So, you know, you could be a Cancer that has some of those issues, but change them, vice versa. So I do feel like this person doesn't want you to know, or hasn't told you, obviously, because I'm reading their energy, that this is what they're dealing with. And I do feel like there was maybe a separation between you guys. While, you know, all of these transitions in the past, you know, it could have been 2 years, but some of you guys definitely in the last 12 months. This Eight of Cups could definitely be talking about that. It definitely is talking about how they had to disconnect from some of these things. They do have to heal, but maybe they realized that they could no longer bring their whole family with them while they're trying to successfully, you know, grow a relationship. You can't bring 15 people with you. And so wherever that resonates, take it as it resonates. This World card, yes, it's about cycles, endings, and things coming to a close and fruition to a certain extent, and things moving and circulating. But I do feel like in that movement, in that realization, in all of that comes this past life relationship realization in the world, in, you know, spirit allowing those cycles to come to a close, allowing the separation so you guys can think, allowing the problems so you can spend some time together, spend some time apart and figure out what means something to you individually, how you need to meet each other's need for love. Now, I do see a lot of good major arcana, so I'm pulling you into their message because I see a lot of good energy between you two, so I can tell. And this card is learn to meet each other's need for love, not learn to meet your partner's need for love. So I'm making you accountable because I feel like this message is for the both of you. Okay. However, back to what they're not telling you. Back to that is they are forgiving and learning. They have some things in the past that they need to let go, Cancer. Absolutely. And they're trying to release and heal so they can become more lovable. Have you had the conversation with your partner? If it's not, if you haven't, then you're going to hear, I'm trying to become a better person. I'm trying to change this. I'm trying to change that. That's them shedding a lot of this. That's them trying to unload and shed all of the things from the past. Also, they are realizing in all of this Wheel of Fortune and World and Death and the Magician and this, going into this new transitionary state with their thoughts and trying to balance things and how they've invested in this relationship and trying to step up and be step up into and invest, care about what's going on in the relationship, no matter how mundane or how, silly or, they think it may be. They realized that it was safe for them to love. So I've been holding this one card. I want to talk about the top of the deck before we get into the blockages, but I just want to say that for some of you guys, you haven't heard this because they've been holding this back, but I want to let you know. They do hold back with that Four of Pentacles, but this is the Ace of Cups, okay? So yes, to me, when this is in the present energy, for some of you guys, they haven't told you yet that they're in love with you. For others of you, this person, to them, waits for the right time to be able to tell you things with that Four of Coins right there, that Four of Pentacles. And they have to realize on their own that they cannot continue to hold back things that you need to know. But the Ace is a brand new beginning in love. The cup overflows and they are in love with you. So this is what some of you guys might hear. You may hear something about a wedding. This is an engagement. This is wedding. I feel like there may be somebody, let's just get married. Let's just elope. It says wedding, but I'm more resonating with the bottom message. This situation includes marriage or involves marriage. This situation involves marriage. I like the way that it's put in the card because the situation will involve marriage. Just doesn't necessarily mean that a wedding is going to take place right now. And then stay optimistic about your love life. Absolutely. Okay? They're very optimistic about things. And what you're going to start to see is them rocking it. What does that mean? Well, they're going to be themselves a little bit more. You're going to learn a little bit more about them. You're going to see them confident. You're going to see them loud and proud. You're going to see them hitting the right note. Things are going to be very harmonious between you guys. They're going to want to maybe take you out to a concert, maybe literally, or, they're going to show you off. They're going to step into the relationship again, balancing things out. I'm going back to this. They realize that they haven't been themselves possibly, and they just want a harmonious new start, and they're going to be rocking it. I mean, you're going to see a new pep in their step and see a different side of them. Okay, so again, if this is resonating with you that way, please allow them some grace while they're doing that. We're going to go ahead and get your blockages so I can get you out of here. But take the time while, if you are in some type of separation or things are slow going and you guys are starting to talk again or whatever the situation is, don't kill the confidence if you love this person, because this Ace of Cups, when we talk about a brand new beginning in love that's showing in your energy, it's here. Okay, go ahead, Spirit, and give me the blockages. What blocked this? Somebody has some health issues, or someone has health issues, and I feel like they feel like maybe they're not lovable because they have yes, they have health issues. There's been some health issues between the two of you guys. This comes up. Yes. First of all, the bottom of the deck in the block it shows, or the top basically, is success. I know that there's no greater goal than to love. They were not focused on loving again. They were not meeting your need to love. They were just merely surviving and operating in a old stagnant energy from previous things that happened to them. There has been some health issues between you guys. And they maybe realize that they either have prone health issues or they're not taking care of themselves. I also want to talk about how this could be mental health as well. The way that they interpret or inherit stress, or the way they handle things, this hasn't been conducive for the growth of this relationship either. They're starting to, again, transition away and put those boundaries up, like I said. So you're going to see them a little bit more confident as they work through that. A lot of things, again, with this healing, forgiving, and learning was in their imagination. Certain triggers that was being dealt with, or that came up in their dealings with you, Cancer. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. They realized that maybe they were in their head too much. And as a result of that, they had to work on getting out of their head and embracing the fact that they're creative, but understanding that a lot of things that may have happened between you guys took place in their head first, if that makes sense to you guys, because it definitely makes sense to me. We have a way sometimes, and I don't want to spend too much time because I'm already over my time, but I feel as if us as human beings, we can take one thing and turn it into this. It can be one little thing. And if we are already in, all of these different triggers, if we've dealt with it before, you know how it goes. So that is what this person did. And they have a tendency of letting their imagination run wild and understanding that there's a difference between the positivity in your head and taking one little thing and letting it manifest into something big that never existed. And then finally, forgiveness. So they have to forgive themselves. They have to forgive the past. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love, and that's exactly what happened here and with your partner, okay? They're going to really get back confident, let that resentment go, and you're really going to start to see a different pep in their step or a flow of love, okay? So thank you for allowing me to give you that message. Like, share, subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe. I'm going to bring you this beautiful Ace of Cups and wedding card. I will see you guys here next week when we do it again. If you're interested in becoming a member, that link is below. There is an informational video explaining everything that's now public. Go ahead and take a look at it. If you're interested in the bonus readings that are available for my paid members and you do not want to become a paid member yet, those videos are available for purchase on the website. Those are collective bonus reads for the month. When I say collective, by element. So water, earth, air, and fire. If you want to do that, go ahead for one low price. And here we go. Ace of Cups and wedding. So I wish you guys the best, and I will see you soon. Bye, Cancer.